Was it challenging? Absolutely. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Igama lami uthandazo uMaZulu kaMogadima. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. It's Thanda Sami. If you are a new subscriber, welcome my love. And if you are just watching for now, please don't forget to click that red subscribe button and follow this god girl. So I've been thinking about doing this video for a long time, and okay, I'm wearing this dress from, I forgot the name. I'll link it. I'll let you guys know on the description box where I got it from, but it's a very nice dress. I like it. And it's got pockets, very important. So I've been thinking about doing this vlog for a while now, and I just felt like I've got the time, and I'm trying to do Vlogtober. Why not, you know, shoot this video now? So basically, first of all, disclaimer, this is not a wrong or right video. It can't be vetted against anything. It's my personal experience, so it is exactly as it is. You know, there's nothing that you can add or tell me that is wrong. So I thought I should share with you guys my personal experience with cross-tribal or cross-cultural marriage based on my personal experience. I am Zulu and my husband is Bedi. We both met in Joburg. He's from Limpopo. I'm from Richards Bay, KZN, and we met in Joburg, and the rest is history. So I just wanted to share my experience. I think from the time we started dating till like now that we're married, and like some of the challenges that I faced, and you know, just some of the experiences that I had with that. So I'm so happy that I can speak about this with a smile on my face and not like with turmoil or sadness, because I know some people haven't had it easy when it comes to marrying outside of their own tribe, because tribalism is a real thing. But God sent me to the right family, so I'm grateful that I can speak about my experience with a smile. And actually I'm happy to speak about my experience basically. So yeah, I met this guy, he's Bedi. Obviously we're speaking English, and yeah, then when we were dating, there wasn't any pressure for me to know his language, because before even that, so we were friends, we were work friends for quite some time, because I met him, I moved to Joburg in 2014, so, and we only started dating late 2017. And even in the dating, the early stages of our relationship, there was no pressure to know his language. We spoke in English or Zulu. I understood his Zulu, and yeah, it was fine. We were fine. So yeah, okay, so cool. We're dating. It's fine. We're speaking English. We speak Zulu here and there. His Zulu is quite good. So there's no pressure or like anything that says, you know, whatever, you need to know this guy's language, you know, because we're just dating, right? In as much as I knew that I wanted to be in a solid relationship and I wasn't wasting my time here, but there was just no pressure when it came to language, because we understood each other very well. I remember this one day, I was helping him at a market, and his cousin and her husband came to pick us up because they had a van, so we had to load the rail and the boxes and everything into their van. Then they were bringing us back to his place. At that time we were staying together, and the cousin came there with her husband, and they're like deep Bedi people, deep Bedi. And they came there. I was meeting them for the first time, and they spoke Bedi throughout. And it wasn't like they're trying to be spiteful or anything. They were happy. And I could tell that whatever they're saying, it's a good thing that they're saying. I could hear sometimes only a minute later I would have put the sentence together, then realize what they were saying. But she's already moved on, and she speaks very fast. If you know a Pedi person, you know how fast they speak, especially like the deep Pedi people. They speak very fast. So I felt so bad after that encounter, because I was like, because the only thing I did is smile and respond. I didn't even know what I responded in, but my Pedi was very, very like, not even light. It was not there in the beginning. I think I only knew how to greet. So after that encounter, I was like, I would like for this to be the experience that I have with everybody that I meet from his family. And then I felt so bad, and I put so much pressure on myself to learning the language, because I was like, I can't meet people from his family and not hear what they're saying. I need to know what's happening, what they're saying. You know, I need to at least be able to put together a simple sentence. Basically, that's what I wanted for myself. Cool. Life goes on. After that, you snap out of it. Things are back to normal. You're okay. There's no pressure of, you know, learning this person's language. You just go on, whatever. Fast forward, very big fast forward to 2020, when he proposed to me, and I think it was like a month later maybe, where now we're talking about his family needs to come home. And I was like, oh snap, my family doesn't know Pedi, and his family, like the people that are, the delegation that is coming, are traditional Pedi people. They don't know Zulu, and English is also not an option, because I don't think everybody that's going to be there in the delegation and the negotiations knows English, you know. And it's just, I was panicking. Now I'm panicking on behalf of my family, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm putting so much pressure on them. They need to, how are they going to communicate? How are they going to negotiate? Oh my god, you know, I was just feeling like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, you know. And I felt so bad and so pressured, you know, at that time. And my husband was fine. He was like, relax, my brother will be there, he knows Zulu, he'll manage the whole thing. If they have to speak English, they'll speak English, but just calm down, don't worry. But I was worrying. His family came, and I remember I was in the kitchen with my sisters and my friends, and whenever I heard them laugh, I was like, okay, you can't laugh at something you can't hear, you know, so everything is going well. So I'd hear them laugh and then ululate, and then I was like, where's Wana? It's going well, this thing is going well. And again, my family didn't take it in any way that I'm marrying outside of our tribe. They were fine. My mom always knew that I'm different, and I don't think there really was a train smash for my mom. My gran was not feeling well at that time, but I remember telling her that I'm getting married and it's a Pedi guy. I think to her it was just like more, she was so stuck on losing me, if I can put it that way, because she was really, really fond of me. I loved her so much, you know, she was my sweetheart, my best friend. And I think she just got a bit jealous, and yeah, she just had that. So the first few days, she just had this mood, you know, about me getting married, and then eventually I got my blessing from her. So from my family side, there was never really that pressure of you marrying outside Zulu is going to complicate all the negotiations and the processes, and it was fine. They accepted it, they were fine with it, and they made it work. They approached everything how they knew. They did their research on like the Pedi culture, and they literally were open-minded and met my in-laws halfway. I'm gonna backtrack a bit to 2019 when we went to my husband's younger brother's wedding, and he had taken me there as his friend, and I didn't know I was gonna meet his mother and some other like elders there, which I did meet. and it was awkward again because I only knew so much Bedi then at that time. I could hear a bit of what they were saying, but not all of it. I couldn't respond in Bedi because I wasn't confident, one, in speaking that language because I'm going to butcher the pronunciations and they're very specific. And two, I was just overwhelmed. So when I'd gone there, I didn't expect to meet his family, so I was shocked when I met his mom and when I met some of the family members like aunts and cousins. I was just like, oh my god, you know. So the only thing I used to do is smile and speak in Zulu, and I hoped that they weren't thinking like ngizenza ngcono, I'm acting like a model C, you know, which most of them, I would say 98% of them were fine. They understood, you know, I'm not gonna learn Betty in a day, so everything was fine with that. And then yeah, we proposed, we went through all the processes. When it comes to the events that when it came to the events that we do, like in terms of the lobola, umembeso, umabo, we sort of consolidated what each family needs to call this complete, and we did what was necessary. So we didn't do events that were not necessary, and some of them we merged together, and everything worked out perfectly well. Both families at the end of this whole marriage process were satisfied. Everything was done. I just completed my side of things last month, which was Upokwa, and we're done. Now we're complete. We're done. This marriage is done. It's completed. It's done. Both families are fulfilled and satisfied. Everything was done well and according to plan. You know, was it challenging? Absolutely. 10-hour drives for them when they were coming for the Lobola negotiations. 10-hour drives when we were going there. So there was a lot of money, first of all, that was spent, and there was a lot of time that was spent on the road. I appreciate my family and friends forever for taking that time and investing it in my marriage and supporting me and being there for me, because it was a lot. I myself was tired, you know, and it's my reality. I know that I have to Usa when I have to drive home and then to Limpopo, you know, but because of how pleasant both families are, it's worth it, you know. There's never been a dread like, oh, 10 hours for this. It's always like a beautiful trip, and memories are always good, and they're still learning. The most beautiful thing for me is seeing my mom and my little sister every day when like I speak to them, or every other day when I speak to them on the phone. They want to learn a new Betty word. They ask me, how do you say this, how do you say good night, and to hear them actually greet me or say goodbye or good night in Betty, it's so nice, because we're learning together. It pushes me to learn more so that I can teach them. So my experience has been pleasant. There has been one or two people that have put the pressure on me that I don't know enough Betty or whatever, but my mother-in-law is the best thing that ever happened to me, because she was just like, come as you are, you know, there's no pressure, and she understands that I'm not gonna know this language in a day. Like we don't learn at the same speed, you know. And I know Betty now can hold a proper conversation with Boma and the family and Bora Khadi, and I'm proud of myself for learning, and my husband is a good teacher as well. So my experience has really been good. Both families met each other halfway outside of us, because I think where there's love, there's a way. I remember the cousin that I spoke about earlier, her husband said, so Dumi was asking this now, the cousin, she was like, how do you guys communicate? Because clearly she doesn't know Betty, and I'm sure your Zulu is also not the best. And then her husband answered to say, love language is the only language that people need, and you can clearly see that they love each other. So that's all that matters. They know how to communicate and hear each other. So for me, really, my experience of marrying outside my tribe, outside my culture, has been pleasant, and both families are very God-centered. My family is not too hardcore also in like the tradition stuff. We just did what we had to do to make sure that the families are fulfilled and all the events were done well and according to plan. We tweaked a lot of things, and as I said earlier, what was necessary was done, you know. But one thing that I will say is that, like, what was spent the most is time and money. There was no like klasana or another family feeling more superior than the other. You know how people normally say that the Zulu people are stubborn and they always place themselves on top. There was none of that, and thank God for that. I fasted for my marriage, like the wedding process. I fasted for everything to go well. I fasted for God to be there. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and it went beyond my expectations. And I love that my family, my in-laws and my family, they can speak to each other outside of me, you know. So there's like relationships that have formed there, and I'm so forever grateful to God for that, for marrying me into such a beautiful family, and for my in-laws also to be married by such a beautiful family, open-minded, young, loving, God-centered, and so that is my experience with marrying outside of my tribe. I love it. It's a lesson for me, and God bless my in-laws and my family, and I always just pray that we always all get along. I hope you did enjoy this video. I'll see you guys on my next video. Please don't forget to comment, to like, to share, to subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to pray. God loves you. Bye.